Hello, once again, Knights fans, and welcome back to FDUKnights.com for the FDU Women's Basketball Report featuring head coach Peter Cinella. Coach, let's get right into it. 1-1 last week with a tough loss at LIU Brooklyn, and then a very exciting 1-point win against St. Francis U on Monday night here at the Stratus Arena. What did you think of your team's performance overall last weekend?
Well, it was very exciting fourth quarters. The LIU game was the first one on Saturday, where three different times we had a 2 or 3 point lead in under 5 minutes to go, and LIU just played so well. They've made big shots. They had a couple of girls who haven't hit a lot of threes this year, hit some big shots in that fourth quarter, and we were able to respond, and they pulled out the 3 point win. Monday we came back here, St. Francis, PA, who had just beaten us, pretty good. That was probably one of the, I think maybe a couple games this year where we've gotten beaten, not in a close game, but more of a blowout. And it was just 2 weeks ago, and we really jumped right out top. The first quarter was a tight first quarter, but then we quickly got the lead up to 20 and kept it there, going into the half and up 23 in that third quarter. But St. Francis, they keep coming. They keep coming. They're going to keep shooting three after three, and they could go in a stretch where they hit 4 out of 6. And they also trap the whole game, so you're going to have some runs. We have some tough turnovers. And we were up 9 with, under 5 minutes to go, and they hit a few threes, and it got tight. And they made a couple real big shots and took a 1 point lead. And very rarely do you see a team, down one, not having the ball. It was St. Francis's ball with, 6 seconds left, and found a way to pull that off. Natalie Zamora stayed with it. All 5 players, the whole team on the bench was staying with it. They all locked down and got the steal and made a real good decision. Kind of remind me of the Larry Bird to Dennis Johnson sequence where she threw it right inside. That's the way to go there. And Liv hit 2 huge free throws. All around her best game of the season. 18 rebounds for Erica Livermore. That's the type of game we're looking for her. 11 defensive rebounds. We've been waiting for that game, and she can do that. She can do that more consistently.
You mentioned the last basically 40 seconds of the St. Francis U game.
Yeah.
Obviously it's obviously a positive step for a freshman like Natalie to step up in that situation.
Oh, she had a good game. She's really playing well in the zone. She's one of our better zone defenders. She's getting steals. She's getting rebounds. Her and Anastasia Williams really played well in that zone. They took a lot of charges. But, yeah, that was a good sequence for her just to stay with the play, try and get a steal. We were looking for a steal there. We didn't have any timeouts. And we had to get the steal or a quick foul, and the steal was the best option we could have,
And you mentioned Erica Livermore's great night, and she had an equally good performance against LIU Brooklyn in the loss, nevertheless. But you keep singing her praises throughout the entire season. But what does it mean to have that consistency for her now in NEC play down low on the block?
Just a consistent scorer and one of the league's best rebounders. But just for her to get the ball, the amount of time she gets it, and to get good shots up, 50% shooter with a very low turnover rate. She didn't have any in the St. Francis game, and a great foul shooter who draws a lot of fouls. So it's really the type of player that you're really looking for, a player that gets the foul line, takes good shots, and doesn't turn it over. And she's just a unique center in that she's one of the best mid-range shooters in the league. She can easily step out and hit those 15-footers, but then she drives so well, and then she's good on the block. So it's kind of a tough matchup for a lot of teams.
Now turning your attention to this weekend, you guys got Wagner on Saturday, and then at St. Francis Brooklyn on Monday. High volume scorer on Wagner, second leading scorer in the country.
Right.
What can you do to slow her down?
Well, it's very, very tough to stop a player that is such a great scorer, But we're on the road at Wagner, where they play very well, and they're playing well right now. They've won 2 out of 3. But just to try and stop Jasmine Nawaji, it's not something you're not really gonna stop her. You try and contain her and make it hard for her to get. Take away anything easy. You try and take stuff away from her, not let her get those breakaway layups, not get 20 free throw attempts. Those are the type of games when she gets 50 points. So we're going to try and contain her and just mix up a few different defenses. But it's really just making sure she doesn't have anything too easy.
Now you guys get the second game against St. Francis Brooklyn on Monday night. You guys beat them to open the conference campaign back in early January here. What are you expecting out of the Terriers specifically?
Well, they're playing well right now. They have a very balanced team, but Leah Fecco is one of the best players in the league. She's one of those great all-around players, the type of player every coach wants on their team, and she's just so tough. She fills up every stat, but she's just such a good leader. We got to contain her. Got to try and keep her out of the paint, not let her get 15 rebounds. But they really have a balanced roster as far as shooters. They really shot the ball well against us last time. So you got to really defend that three-point line against them and try and keep Leah Fecco from doing whatever she wants, which is get in the paint and create and get shots for her teammates.
Does holding St. Francis here to 10 of 51 from three? Granted, they're not going to shoot that many threes, but does that give you confidence heading into the game against the Terriers?
Well, we have to play better defense. We gave them a lot of open looks, and we got to play better defense than we did. They missed, and we did have some good defensive sequences, but as a team, we have to focus on really trying not allowing people to get good shots against us.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time once again. Knights fans, don't forget you can tune in on NEC Front Row for all the action this weekend, starting with Wagner on Saturday at 1, and then at St. Francis Brooklyn at 7 p.m. on Monday night.